PlushieCon team with the first online PlushieCon.
Good evening, every pony. This is PlushieCon at the UK PonyCon, live from one of the spookiest places of all of Equestria, the Cloudsdale Weather Corporation. Well, what for more fitting image for those times would there be than a pony with a plague mask? With the plague mask or with the gas mask, whatever you want to call it. I think she is fitting, don't you think? Well, let's go to the live picture and let's see if the live picture is more friendly, if I may ask. It appears I am online now. It appears I am visible now. Welcome, every pony. Name's Atmosphere. Dr. Hyde Atmosphere. Chief Engineer of the Cloudsdale Weather Corporation. I'm not that kind of a doctor, mind you. It's an engineering degree. Well, anyway, before I babble too much stuff, I guess I should tell you something about this PlushieCon Online. It is my pleasure and my honor to host this event for now. I also have some notes. You see, it's not my specialty, so I have something to say. Well, first of all, let's tell little bit about this stream, about this window. Right above my head, you see plushies floating, you see images floating. That's an endless loop. That's an endless loop of all the pictures that were submitted for PlushieCon Online. They will run through endlessly for the whole time that we are online now. And to my left side, you see a big group picture. You see a big group picture of all plushies. If you are attending UK PonyCon, maybe you are at their Discord server. At their Discord server, there is a Q&A channel. A Q&A channel that is there for the Othello stage, because we are at the Othello stage, at least I was told so that we are there. The Othello stage Q&A channel will be open all the time of the whole thing. I won't read it live now. Towards the end of this little show, I will take my phone, I will read through what you are writing in there. They have a slow mode activated, so no possibility to spam there. You don't have the chance to spam. They are my friends, they are avoiding spam. But I will read through, I will sift through all of what you are writing, and I will answer it later on. So, right, we had this, we had that. Well then, let's get it on. Oh, by the way, don't mind those white things at my mouth angles. Don't mind them too much. If you are working with dangerous chemicals in the weather factory, if you are working with those chemicals for decades and decades, oh well, you may get some damages to your skin. Nothing much to worry about. Nothing much to worry about, only for those who may wonder about it. So, that was enough of the long foretalk. Let's get to it. How many plushies by how many owners? If I recall it correctly, it's 627 plushies by 23 owners. You see them right left to me, right on my left side. There's a group picture. In the Discord, I also posted a link to an information site where you can find the detailed statistics if you're interested. It will remain online, so no need to go there now. It will remain online indefinitely until further notice. There you can see all the pictures, all the plushies in one group. The same thing that resembles the stage picture of a real life PlushieCon. 627 plushies, if I recall correctly. Well done. Let's go to the first pictures. For now on, I will present the plushies, and I will talk a bit about the plushies, and we will just have a good time. Right, there we go. The event we are currently at is UK PonyCon, right? UK PonyCon's mascot is Britannia. Britannia appears in many forms, of many generations. There are many generations of Britannias, because you see, UK PonyCon is not a Friendship is Magic convention only. It's a My Little Pony convention, but not a Friendship is Magic exclusively. So there's also a mascot, of Britannia is the Generation 3 variant. You see the Generation 3 right next to me? Hi, Britannia from Generation 3. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. Of course, they also have a Generation 4. There's Generation 4, Britannia. Hi there. How are you? Great? Enjoying yourself? Enjoying the spooky sleepover? Good thing. That's nice. That's nice. Oh, I'm afraid I didn't scare her. I'm afraid I'm too spooky or too scary. Whatever. In general, we can look at other kinds of mascots from UK PonyCon. You see UK PonyCons. Britannia's as sea ponies, or as superhero, or as a small pony. There are many of them. Of course, other conventions also have mascots. Other conventions, you see, are friends. We are all friends, or at least we should be friends in this fandom. Even me, even Dr. Atmosphere. Yeah, never mind. So let's go. Let's look at who else we do have. You see, PonyCo. Oh, Fluffypuff is there. Fluffypuff is there too. Okay, hi there. PonyCo is the mascot of Japan PonyCon. We can see her this way. Looks like she adapted herself to the current times. She adapted her behavior and she's wearing a mask. She's wearing a mask right now. Not because of me. You're wearing this mask of me? Oh, no, I don't hope so. I don't hope so. I hope I don't. I'm not infectious. But you're right. Better safe than sorry. Let's go to the outside. And yeah, PonyCo at the outside. In the open fields. Of course, you don't need to wear a mask in the open fields where you're alone, where you're at your own. Okay, who else do we have? We have other mascots here. Let's start from the right side of the picture. From the right side, viewed from your place. It's Bitrate. Bitrate over there. Oh, I can point there. I can point there. There's some force field that's limiting me. Bitrate is the mascot of Ponyfest Online. Yes, we have Sea Sailor. We have mascots from PonyCon, from the last PonyCon, and we even have Marina. Marina is from the, what was it again? I think I should take out my glasses. Not getting any younger. You see that? Yeah, there are many of them. Okay, I didn't find it here. Well, anyway, other mascots as well. And let's go to this place. The mascot of Griffish Isles. Benny is his name, as far as I get it. In the registration, it said Benny. It would be a sneak peek. It would be a world exclusive premiere. I don't know if Benny, the mascot, is known for a longer time. It appears the mascot itself is known for a longer time. But maybe the plushies are new. Maybe the plushies have not been there before. So, if they are a world premiere, then welcome the first plushies of Benny, of the Griffish Isles. Yeah, we have another mascot. It's Colonia. This is Colonia from the Cologne Regular, Kölner Stammtisch. Namt auf Deutsch. Das kann ich gleich mal auf Deutsch sagen. So, Kölner Stammtisch. Da ist also das Maskottchen. A good evening to Cologne, to the Cologne Regular. It's the little mascot of them. Yeah. She's also attending us. She's also visiting us. Hi there. Whom do we have here? A teeny tiny plushie. This is Kenny Soda. Kenny Soda by Galacon. Hi there. Nice to meet you too. You have lots of mascots in this picture. This is a group picture from the Netherlands, from Alex from the Netherlands. You're quite famous, a quite famous plushie collector. He has many plushies. We will see other plushies from him, from his collection later in the event. We prepared some things. Many of the mascots that are all saying hi to you. Here we go. This is Connie Bloom. Connie Bloom is the mascot of EuroBronyCon. EuroBronyCon hasn't happened yet. It was supposed to happen this year in September, but could not happen, of course, because of the Corona thingy. That's annoying as can be. But it will happen next year in spring. EuroBronyCon in Vienna, in the beautiful Austria, in the beautiful country of Austria. Very beautiful country, very beautiful city, Vienna. I've been there once. Yeah, I'm looking forward to attend it. And yeah, I think PlushieCon may be there too. This is Miss Libuza. Miss Libuza in Czech. Miss Libuza of Czechwestria. Dobrý večer. And another Miss Bouger. So, whom else do we have? Ah, yeah. PlushieCon, Liberty Bell, Benny, and Rocky of PlushieCon from the United States. We also have mascots from the Ponyville Cider Fest. Hi, brought any cider? By any chance? No? No cider? Okay, well, better not drinking and presenting a show. Would be a better chance anyway. It's caramel malt and barley tender. Nice, very interesting, very nice mascots, and not that often to be seen here in Europe. We also have Sea Sailor. Hi, Sea Sailor. Sea Sailor in Sea Sailor version 2. There are 2 versions. Yes, Sea Sailor by the Sea Bronies. Yes, Sea Bronies, they can't go on cruises because of Corona, once again. But the mascots are here with us anyway. And yeah, there are some mascots of them even here in Europe, even far away. They even made this far trip. We have mascots from another convention. Right, this was the first. Here, there we go. Here, the mascots from the Housewarming Convention in the Netherlands. Housewarming Convention in the Netherlands. This are plush keychains, I think. To the left one we have Glaze, and to the right one we have Amber of the Housewarming Con. Well, Housewarming Con happened last time in February this year. It was a real convention, not an online thing. It was a real convention, for that matter. The last one I was able to attend this year, until so far. And yeah. But even if the event itself is not taking place anymore, that doesn't mean it has to vanish completely. It doesn't need to vanish completely. At least the mascots don't need to vanish completely. The mascots are still with us. They are still here. As are all the ponies from Generation 4. Well, Generation 4 ended a year ago. This day, this very day today, we are celebrating 10 years of My Little Pony Generation 4 Friendship is Magic. Only for those who haven't noticed until now. Well, the show ended a year ago. Did we forget the ponies? No, we didn't. If the show really ends, does not depend on Hasbro. It does not depend on the makers. It does not depend on some producers. No, it depends solely on us. If we keep celebrating the ponies, if we keep doing these conventions, be it online or be it in real life, if we keep cherishing the ponies, the show will live on. The ponies, the generation will live on in our minds, in our hearts even. Just thought I'd talk about it a little bit. There we have a Glaze. Glaze is one of the mascots of Housewarming Con. Yeah, kind of interesting. Really interesting Glaze. As a cube. He's a cube now. Why not? Cube plushies. This is Amber. Amber as a do-it-yourself plushie. I reckon it was made by Alex himself. I guess during a workshop. I'm not quite sure about this, but I think it was during a workshop that this Amber was made. That this Amber was actually made. Yeah. A little Amber plushie. You saw Amber in different kinds at the group picture before, and yeah, there are plenty of pictures of Amber, of course. Yes, she's a very nice and a very familiar mascot to us. Oh, and not to forget, another mascot. Meet Nettle Vienna. Nettle Vienna, yes, this sounds like a nettle, right, like the stinging nettle, and Vienna, like the city. Who is it? This is the mascot of Café Dziszczasz. Café Dziszczasz, sorry, hard to pronounce. Café Dziszczasz is a German brony meetup meme cafe. And it's kind of a meme cafe, and yeah, this is their mascot. It's a rather huge plushie. You see me sitting on a chair now. If the plushie would be standing next to me, it would be about this height. From the ground, right from the ground. About, I guess about this height. There are some interesting features on this plushie. No, they are all safe for work. They are safe for children even. Nothing dangerous, but this plushie, because of its size, has something interesting. It has an inner skeleton. It has an inner skeleton made of tubes, made of those plastic tubes that you use for plumber duties usually. But you also can build a skeleton from it. Well, the head of the plushie can be taken off, and you can put cans for drinks inside the plushie, and yeah, you have both a plushie and a transporting thing for transporting drinks, for transporting cans of drinks. Very interesting. I can show because of pictures, obviously, but yeah. This is Nettle Vienna, yeah, very fitting for the Kaffee Tischtasch. Kaffee Tischtasch has its meetup, at least I hope it will happen, in November, but it's booked out, yeah. But if you ever have the chance to attend a Kaffee Tischtasch meetup, well, it's not everyone's taste, but for those who like the special taste, it's the meetup to be there. Okay, let's get on with it. Well, I think most of us know the main six, right? Know the main six ponies, you know, Twilight, Fluttershy, Pinkie, Rainbow Dash. Who did not come across them? We all know how the regular plushies of them look. Well, let's look at some kind of different plushies. Different appearances of the main six, if you would like to put it that way. There we go. Let's start with Twilight Sparkle. This is Twilight Sparkle. Oh, she's looking so grimly at me. Whoa, why so grim? Aren't you the Princess of Friendship? No, you are not. You are not the Princess of Friendship. I see that now. You don't have your wings yet. And you even look so... yeah, dark. Ugh. Even me as the Dark Doctor. Even I'm shuddering now. No, this is the discorded main six. The discorded main six... If you watched the show, you might remember the season opener of season 2. The season 2, when Discord turned around the ponies' personalities, put the finger on their heads, and their eyes went spinning and everything. They went grey. The colors went grey, and yeah, they were developing some pretty nasty personality traits. This is Twilight from it. Of course, we also have the other of the main six. Meet Rainbow Dash. Rainbow Dash, the illoyal and lazy pony. Rarity, who was taking Tom as a diamond. Yeah, a rock diamond, okay, yes, why not? Why not? And a Rarity that was not generous at all, if you remember. I guess you all saw season 2, the season opener. If not, well, you can still watch it. You can still watch it on the internet. Yeah. You can still watch My Little Pony, as I said before, and yeah, it's an interesting episode. It's an interesting double episode, even. Yep, there we have Pinkie. Pinkie, the not so funny Pinkie at all. We have Applejack. Applejack, are you lying, Applejack? Nope. I'm not lying. I'm not lying at all. Oh, yes you are. Yes you are, maybe. I don't know. And, of course, we have Fluttershy. Fluttershy, the somewhat nasty Fluttershy. Why we are at Fluttershy? Fluttershy is an interesting character. She developed many personality traits during the show's run. The first personality trait she developed was when she became the sales pony in Rarity's boutique. You may remember the episode where she had 3 personalities at once. We see Hipstershy. I introduced to you Hipstershy as the sales pony in Rarity's boutique, the friendly and open Hipstershy, the friendly and open sales pony. We said I was throwing away things. No one. But we also have Snooty-Shy, the arrogant, high-classy pony. What do you even want here in this boutique? What do you even want in my boutique? Yes, maybe we will find something for you if we must do this. Well, I did not find a Gothic Shy this time. This time I did not see a Gothic Shy. That would be the last one that would be missing from that episode. Well, but there are plushies of Gothic Shy as well. Just don't have them here right now. This is a picture of many Fluttershys. Yes. At the left side of the picture, left side seen from you, from the audience side, you see a Bat Shy. I don't know if I had this picture in the presentation for later. I guess I have it in the... No, I didn't, sorry. There was a Bat Shy. I introduced Bat Shy during the last PlushieCon Online. You see, today is our second PlushieCon Online. The first PlushieCon Online was sort of a test run. We did that on June 13th this year. also at UK PonyCon Online. UK PonyCONLINE, if you want to put it that way. Yes, it's what the event calls itself. Yeah. We recorded it. You can still watch it. I introduced Batshai back then. It's a plushie that's right in the middle. It's one side Fluttershy and one side Flutterbet. You might remember Flutterbet from the Vampire Bats episode. The Vampire Bats episode long ago. It was in season 4, I think it was. Maybe you still know the song from the song from that episode. It's quite popular on the My Little Karaoke. Those vampire bats will give you fried eating apples both day and night. Okay, I'll stop already. I don't want to scare you away from the screens. And yeah. We also have on this picture 2 other flutter bats. It's a pretty tiny image. Sorry, we don't have cinematic cope format, but well, the pictures are to be found in the internet, I guess. And we have the regular Fluttershy, the kind and friendly Fluttershy. Yeah, that's so much for them. Another character that had sort of an alter ego and an alternate timeline was Rainbow Dash. This is not the Rainbow Dash as you may know her, but this is the Rainbow Dash from an alternate timeline. You might remember when Starlight Glimmer tampered around with time, tampered around with Starsville's time spells, and went to the past to alter the present. Yeah, and one of the presents she produced was the Crystal War against King Sombra. And this is Rainbow Dash from that timeline. You see me? No, she can't see me because she's in another time frame. The one that had the prosthetic wing, that had scars on her face, that was war-torn, that was a real warrior. Okay, yes, Rainbow Dash may be considered a warrior anyway, but this one is the alternate Rainbow Dash with the prosthetic wing and pretty war-torn because the Crystal War, yeah, it was not the nice and friendly, all-colored, all-pastel Equestria. It was a little bit darker Equestria. Another character from that episode is Pinky. I guess she never obtained the name Pinky in that timeline. This was, as far as I recall, it was not stated in the episode if she even obtained the name of Pinkie Pie, or if she preferred her real name, her given name, Pinkamena Diane Pie. But this is Pinkamena Diane Pie from the Crystal War timeline, from the War Against Sombra timeline. There we are. Another interesting character is Rarity. Well, this is Punker Rarity. Yo, man. No, I guess that was wrong. She doesn't even look at me. Okay, I can't blame her. Anyway. This was the Rarity, yeah, that had the bad hair day, the hair accident, and finally came across with the idea, well, of giving herself a punker style, a punker outfit until her mane grew back out. You may remember the episode. It was in one of the later seasons. I don't know the exact season, but yeah, it was quite a funny episode as far as I remember. Well, who else do we have? A cube. Should we roll the dice? Well, it's Pinkie Pie. Obviously, it's Pinkie, and for Pinkie, it should not be surprising at all to see her in different kinds and different shapes. I'm not saying she is a shapeshifter, but, well, she's just being Pinkie Pie. Yeah, she's just being random, and right now she prefers to be a cube. Well, why not? Well, why not for that matter? Cube Pinkie, cube plushies do appear from time to time. Yeah. Let's go on with other show ponies. Who is this? Who is hiding behind that cape? Who's hiding behind the cape, behind the mask? I don't know. It's Merduvel. Merduvel, one of the very early episodes of the show. Yeah, as a plushie, she is extremely rare if you see Merduvel as one character, that is. But this one is actually the only Merduvel plushie I have ever come across. And I have ever encountered. I didn't even see other Merduvel plushies on the internet until now. They may exist, yes, but they are not that common. And yeah, I don't know if this is if this is a Pegasus Merdewell, if it's an Earth Pony Merdewell, or even a Unicorn Merdewell. Well, Unicorn, I guess, hard to tell, but with the hat on, I guess she can't be the Unicorn version. Are you going to tell me how you are? No. Was afraid to. She prefers to remain mysterious. Prefers to remain mysterious. If you want to watch the episode, it was season 2. It's a very early episode. The plushie was made much later. It was made season 2. That was 2012. Very well. The plushie was made 2018, I think. So 6 years later, until the plushie was even made. Yeah. If you want to watch the episode, it's in season 2. It's just called like that. Merdewell, the mysterious Merdewell. Let's go on with other show characters, with other show ponies. You also can arrange your plushies, as you see here. Aren't they a nice couple? Aren't they a nice fitting couple? Starlight, Glimmer and Sunburst. There they are. So nice to watch. But if I take a closer look, Starlight is not quite the reformed self of her. It's not the reformed Starlight. It's still the somewhat evil, the communist Starlight Glimmer. And the way she's looking at Sunburst, makes you think. Makes you think, doesn't it? You can arrange your plushies this way. At least Starlight Glimmer, by the way, is one of the Oli Factory plushies here. This is an Oli Factory plushie. It was not stated during our registration, I have to tell this much. It was not stated during the registration. We did not ask for who made the plushies, because we wanted to keep the registration for PlushieCon Online as slim as we only could. As slim and, not to blow it up unnecessarily and not to have plushie owners fill in too much data and let it become too much of work. So we only asked for the characters and whether it was a show pony or whether it was some other pony where the name should be written in. Yes, nothing more to say about this. We did not ask who made the plushies, but this one I recognize those kind of Starlight Glimmer plushies. They are the Oli Factory plushies. Quite nice, and you can arrange them this way. The Sunburst is a handmade plushie. I'm pretty sure of this. Right, let's go in. Mere friends, aren't you? Yeah, keep ignoring me. Fine with me, just keep ignoring me. It's alright, it's fine with me. Trixie! The great and powerful Trixie! And her best friend, Starlight Glimmer. Starlight Glimmer, still in her non-reformed self. You see the cutie mark, it was, well, I guess she just washed it up. She just didn't get to color and to dress herself. But yeah, you see it at her hairdress. The interesting thing about Starlight Glimmer actually is you see whether she's in her evil form or in her friendly form. You see it at her main style. You see it at the main style. That main style is the still evil Starlight Glimmer, and the more curly hairstyle, the more curly and elegant hairstyle, that's the friendly, that's the reformed Starlight Glimmer. But I think if you watch the show, you should know this. Let's go then. What else do we have? Mistmane, one of the pillars of Equestria. The pillars, the legends of Equestria. And, of course, she is in her garden. You also see it's a very huge plushie. It's a very huge plushie. It was stated by the owner when submitting the data. It was stated Mistmane is 57 inches tall or 145 centimeters. 145 centimeters, nearly 1.5 meters from the ground. Well, from the ground it would be about this height, I guess. Yeah, must be about this height. That's one of the largest plushies that do even exist, that are even made. I did not meet this plushie in real life. I did not meet her at the real PlushieCon, but would love to do so. It would be quite an interesting plushie. It would be quite an interesting pony to put on the stage. Well, maybe in the future. We will see what the future brings. Mistmane, of course, in her garden. That's always a nice way to arrange your plushies, to arrange them in a beautiful environment. It's always a nice sight. At least I think it's a nice sight, and yeah, I enjoy plushies anyway. I love plushies, plushie pictures in any way. But if they are in a nice environment, it's even more beautiful. It's even more perfect. What would Mistman say to our next guest? The mischievous evil filly. The mischievous evil manipulative filly. Oh, she's so cute, ain't she? I guess you know Cozy Glow, the cute Pegasus filly. That's the evil mastermind. That's the very evil mastermind. Just look at her. Just look. Ooh, I wonder what she is up to now. I guess she would not tell me, but I don't know what she's up to now. Cozy, you don't want to take over my factory, are you? You don't want to take over my corporation. The Kreisler Corporation, of course. I guess you would feel yourself quite at home here. Okay, nothing more to say about this, but yeah, you also see the plushie placed in the environment. Later on, I will come to who submitted the plushie, and at least I think. Let me just show you a bit. Yep. We will come to the submitter of this, to the owner of this plushie later. Not by a personal picture. No, we did not ask for personal picture, but for group pictures. And later on, I have a group picture of all plushies of this owner of Xetu. I will talk about him later in the show. Right. Next one. Oh, you know him. The boy of the Apple family. There's the horse boy, the handsome horse boy of the Apple family. Big Macintosh. Evening. Yep. You enjoying yourself? Yep. Okay, that's good. That's fine. That's very fine. Well, Big Macintosh. Okay. Yes. Why did I put him here? Is it a special plushie? You bet it is. This plushie is a convertible plushie. The plushie has some adhesive things on it, and you can put accessories on the plushie. I do declare, suddenly Big Macintosh became Cousin Orchard Blossom. Well, behold Cousin Orchard Blossom for this. Yes, here he is in his alter ego form. In his alter ego form, it's the same plushie as before. Just to show you, the Apple Boy and Cousin Orchard Blossom. It's the same plushie. So, what the wig can do, and what a nice dress can do, and what some accessories can do. Kinda interesting. The plushie is also known to Peter New, to Big Macintosh and Cousin Orchard Blossom's voice actor. It's known to him, and as far as I know, he liked the idea of having that such a plushie even exists. It's also a sign for the creativity of the Brony fandom. The creativity of the Brony fandom is nearly infinite. It was all the years. I was just thinking about how to put it. It was all the years. I guess there's not much that has not come to the minds of the fandom and that has not been realized when it comes to ponies. It's always surprising. It's always stunning how much creativity is put into the fandom, is put into plushies, into artworks, into musics, and so on. If it will remain this way when Generation 5 comes up, and if it will remain the same with Generation 5, well, I don't know. So I guess we'll have to wait and see. Now, who is this? Welcome from the dream realm. Libon, a Libon plushie. Lyra and Bonbon in a combined form. This one actually existed as a show character without a speaking role. The character did not have a speaking role, but it was actually in the show. Season 5, I think, Two Princesses Dream of Magical Sheep, if you want to look at it. It was in one of Luna's dreams where this character actually existed, as I said, without a speaking role, but it was a real character, and 2 years, I think it was 2 years ago at Galacon, at Galacon's PlushieCon, we even had the counterpart of this plushie. Yeah, you can imagine how the counterpart looked. You may imagine that. Or you may look at in the recordings 2 years ago, I think the recording worked, yeah. It didn't have an official name. I gave it a name, but I don't know if the name is appropriate. Interesting plushie anyway. A plushie with a cosplay. This is of course, you recognize that this is Babseed. Babseed is a wolf with the wolf costume. Also appeared in the show, has also been in the show before. Yeah. You see the characters from the show are made in literally all of their appearances in the show. In all of their forms, of their kinds, as they appeared in the show. If a certain character appeared in the show, somewhere in the fandom will be a plushie of this character, just as it was in some episode.
Gaze into the eyes of limestone pie.
I hope I did not scare you from your view screens right now. But this is Limestone Pie. You may know her. It's the sister of Pinkie Pie. One of the sisters of Pinkie Pie, actually. And one of the more encouraged sisters of Pinkie Pie. Yes.
It is not Mort Pie. It is also not the shy and quiet Marble Pie.
No, this is the engaged, the more aggressive sister. You see here? You can gaze into her eyes right now. Marble Pie. Limestone Pie, sorry. Limestone Pie. Yes, there she is. Also a very rare character as a plushie. Not quite that often to be seen. Let's get to the next one. As I told you before, it's always nice to see plushies in a nice environment. So this is Roseluck. You may realize, you may recognize Roseluck. Roseluck, one of the flower ponies of Ponyville. Yeah. And if you have a plushie of her, why not put the plushie of Roseluck next to real roses? I think that's a very nice picture. It's a very beautiful picture. And a very beautiful way to present your plushie and to put on your plushie. Very fitting for the character as well. I really like this. And what else do we have? Of course, we also have a couple. We have a couple of Bright Macintosh and Pear Butter. Yes, there they are. Are they only a memory? Are they only a remembrance? Or are they still with us? Who knows? It's up to each and every one of us to decide for ourselves. It was never stated in the show, officially at least. Well, there are also other plushies. There are also other characters, like musical ponies. You see? The Countess Coloratura. Hi, Lady Gaga. I mean Countess Coloratura, of course. Yes, Countess Coloratura also appeared only in one episode, but of course there is a plushie of her. There are plushies. There are also plushies of her as Rara, as her real self. But this is the stage. This is the stage pony. I'm not just any pony. I am the Countess. Yes, you are. You certainly are. And you're quite musical, and it was quite a show. If there was a concert of Countess Coloratura, I certainly would attend. I certainly would go there. There are other musicians, such as the Kirin. Before the Kirin became quiet, they were quite musical. You may recognize this character. It's Cinderglow, a Kirin as Phantom of the Opera. It's the Phantom of the Opera appearance. It was only seen once in the show. Of course, the Kirin were only in one episode of the show. And in this episode, it was there when Autumn Blaze sang her song about the Kirin. When Autumn Blaze sang her song to Applejack, this character appeared as Phantom of the Opera without a speaking role, actually. Doesn't have a voice actor. But of course there's a plushie. There's a plushie of it. Well, it's not completely sewn. The mask can be taken off. Mask of the plushie can be taken off. There you have him without a mask. The building in the background, by the way, is the Forum in Ludwigsburg. The Forum Ludwigsburg, where GalaCon is held. Not this year, sadly, but the other years. It's traditionally in Ludwigsburg for many years, since 2013 by now. 2013 was the first year it was in Ludwigsburg. Yeah. It also has a huge main stage, and there are also other events
throughout the year in this building of the Forum Ludwigsburg, of course. Also musical events, music events of all kind. There are concerts, there are ballets, there are musicals, I guess. And yeah, so it's a very fitting background for this plushie to be in front of the Forum, or more like in front of a theater, if you want to put it that way. It also is used as a theater, of course. Theater and town hall, everything of Ludwigsburg, of the city of Ludwigsburg. And what would any star be without the groupies, without some groupies? I just chose this picture because there are the groupie ponies. Well, Pinky, is that you? Is that you? You wear a moustache, a fabulous moustache. Is it you or is it not you? Hard to tell. But maybe you don't want to be outing yourself as a groupie of Cinderglow. I don't know. Well, Fluttershy doesn't look too much impressed. Maybe Fluttershy is just there for dressing Cinderglow's costumes up. Just for doing his costumes. It's possible. Right. There we are. Whom do we have here? You remember the washouts? The washouts? Yes! Exactly. The flying group. The stunt flyers that were washed out by the Wonderbolts. This is Lightning Dust. Meet Lightning Dust of the Wonderbolts. Or of the ex-Wonderbolts, I have to put it this way. Lightning Dust is a plushie that is not that often to be seen. You sometimes see plushies of Lightning Dust, but it's not that common at all. Yeah, she wasn't always the nicest one to Rainbow Dash and towards her environment, but there are plushies of her, and yes, of course, she will have her positive sides too, I think. But the character itself only appeared in 2 episodes. In season 3 and in the last, was it the last season or was it season 8? Not quite sure. But it was only 2 episodes where this character actually appeared. But there is a plushie of her. This is quite a huge plushie. You see it here. I don't know how huge exactly this plushie is, but you can guess by the size of the table. You can guess it's quite a large plushie. And why have 1 Lightning Dust when you can have 6 more Lightning Dusts? There are 6 more Lightning Dusts here. Are there 6? I guess hard to tell. Or it's only 5. Well, whatever. And even a Kirin Lightning Dash. Yeah, that's something that also appeared quite quickly after the Kirins were introduced to the fandom. After the Kirins were introduced in the show. Better have to put it that way. It didn't take long before characters that usually are ponies became Kirin and were Kirinified. Kirinified, I don't know, I guess that's probably not even a word, but it's the best way to put it. Many characters were made by the fandom as Kirin, were drawn as Kirin, were made in video clips as Kirin, and of course also as plushies. You see here a Kirin Lightning Dust. I don't know if Kirin Lightning Dust is actually able to fly. I don't know. We should talk to whomever created the character of Kirin Lightning Dust. But the other ones, you see Lightning Dust as quite many plushies. Okay, you see there are also fans of this character, obviously. This is this one. What are you going to do to me? Are you going to transform to some other pony, or are you remaining in this form? Well, I hope you are remaining in this form. That would be quite nice of you. Thank you so much. A changeling plushies. Sometimes they do appear, but are also quite rare. Also not that commonly to be seen. Not that commonly as, say, Rainbow Dashes or Fluttershys. It's not a bad thing to have many plushies of the main 6. The main 6, by the way, are the characters that most frequently appear as plushies. There are many Rainbow Dashes, many Pinkies, Fluttershys, many rarities, many Applejacks that are around, many Princess Celestias, we will come to her later, that are around. This one is a character that is quite rare. It's a changeling. It's not stated which changeling exactly, if it's changeling 8472 or something like this, I don't know. If they identified themselves by numbers before they were reformed, I have no idea. It's, well, a changeling. There we are. I was talking about Celestias. There we are. Good evening, dear princess. Good evening, dear princess. You're comfortable? Everything fine? Yeah, I guess so. You look like it would be quite cozy, like you were having a good time over there. Also a way to put Celestia. Yeah, and the banana. I will not say to you whether I like bananas or not. I will not say that to you. Thank you for leaving me here, for not shooting me up to the moon. Thank you so much. Yeah, that's a very huge Celestia plushie laying here. And the owner of this Celestia also submitted us this picture. It's a collection of Celestias. It's a collection of many Celestias on this picture, yes. So, if you are a fan of a certain character, maybe you have many plushies of this character. Yes, this is the Celestia collection. I think it's quite the ultimate Celestia collection, at least when it comes to plushies. Maybe some people have more Celestia plushies, but if so, they are not many. And yeah, it's quite impressive. And imagine all the magical power. Imagine all the magical power when all those Celestias unite their powers and their forces. I'd better not be here by then. And could be a bit unhealthy. Could be a bit unhealthy if all those Celestias trained their horns upon me and we are shooting their magical beams at me. Maybe I'd better far away by then. Yeah, but it's a nice collection. It's an impressive collection of Celestias. An impressive collection to look at. And yes, always nice to see such pictures. Always nice to see, and nicely arranged too, of course. This is also a nice thing. To have. It also shows some respect for the plushies. See, it is this way. Anyone can handle and can treat the plushies as they please. Anyone can do so. But well, sometimes when I see how plushies are treated, it makes me think. I will not say this. I will not confront an owner, but it makes me think. I just realize it. I just realize many a thing. Again, when I see this way plushies are arranged, I see the owner gives respect to his plushies. He treats his plushies well. Yeah, he respects them, and this is also seen by nicely arranging them, yeah, as it is in these pictures. Well, when it comes to Celestia, you may remember the fiery Empress that burns the world, that gives us all the heat, the relentless heat of August. In August this year, Empress Daybreaker was very active again. At least she was in Europe, and I think in Northern America she was very active too, with very high temperatures. The fierce evil alter ego, okay, given. Empress Daybreaker was only shown in one episode, and even then only as a nightmare of Celestia herself. In the nightmare, Celestia was seeing herself as her evil alter ego. Luna could only helplessly watch in that episode. Yeah, but of course, it became a plushie rather quickly. There are quite some Daybreakers around. This is one of the Daybreakers, and also have another Daybreaker up here. We also have another Daybreaker. Look at all the flames. Careful with the chemicals up to the side. Careful over there. Don't put away those chemicals. Put away the gasoline. Put away the petrol. Put away the oil, because this make it hot here. This actually make it hot. That make it very fiery. Yes, the Fiery Empress. Always a nice sight to have a Daybreaker here. Always have a nice sight to have a different variant of the character. Once again we come to this. And this one is quite interesting. Yeah. Banana pink Lestia. Yes. Why is this Lestia pink? How comes? Well, as we were told in the registration form, this Celestia, it's a homemade, a self-made Celestia. It was based on very early toys, on very early official toys of Celestia, toys that were the real official toys by Hasbro. The early Celestia toys by Hasbro themselves were pink for some unexplainable reason. No one knows why, but for some reason nobody knows. The first official toys of Celestia were not white. And they were pink. Okay, yes, and this Celestia plushie is based on this very early toys. And yeah, the bananas, yeah, the banana meme, Celestia and the banana meme. But it's interesting to see this variant of Celestia as the pink self, as her pink self. She never appeared like this in the show, but it's quite interesting to see her that way anyway, because you don't get to see a pink Celestia every day. Only if you have one of the early toys, as I stated. Right, what else do we have? Of course, the Princess of the Night has arrived. Luna, a huge Luna, as you may guess by the background. I know I also featured her during the first PlushieCon Online. We already featured her there. Yeah. This Luna is quite impressive, quite a show-accurate plushie. Plushies come in many forms. Some forms are very creative. Yes, very creative kinds of plushies. We will see that later. We will see something that is not quite recognizable as a My Little Pony plushie on the first case. This one obviously is very show accurate, a very nice plushie of the Princess of the Night. Greetings and welcome tonight. Nice to have you here. Nice to have you here, Princess Luna. Yes, there are also other princess plushies like these ones. Aren't they cute? Aren't they cute? On a banana, this is a real banana. This is a real banana like you can buy in the supermarket. And you see, for size comparison, you see how teeny tiny the plushies are. A Celestia, a Princess Twilight, Luna, a Princess Cadence. You just see them in their very small, very little, my little ponies, my little princesses. There you see them. There you see them. It's also very impressive, very nice to see. And I guess they are also quite hard to make as plushies. Because to make such a very tiny plushie, ever tried to cut out the fabric for such a small plushie? Good luck. If you have the wrong fabric, if you chose the wrong fabric, we will just have fibers of fabric, but nothing that resembles actually an actual form. Yeah, so it's quite hard, I can imagine, to even make such plushies, and it's always cute and nice just to look at them. What else do we have? A ball. Okay, nice ball. What is this a ball? Of course, it's Princess Cadence. Stop goofing around, Dr. Atmosphere, I mean. Of course, it's Princess Cadence. It's a ball plushie of Princess Cadence that was at a convention in Helsinki in Finland, as far as I recall. What's that called? Something with crystal thing. I don't get actually the name. There was a game at this convention, a throw your life competition. How so? Well, you know that one episode with King Sombra, when Shining Armor had to throw his wife and send his wife flying. I should be careful. I should not. Ow! Splinters in here. I should not so much so hardly hit the wooden board above me. That's not good. Yes, there was this throw your wife competition. Throw your wife, as I was saying in that one episode, where Shining Armor had to throw his wife, Princess Cadence, and a convention actually made a game out of it. They produced these ball plushies, as to have some plush toys, for a throw your wife competition. I haven't been there, I haven't been to this convention, but I guess the goal was to throw your wife, to throw Cadence as far as you possibly could. I would be logical, I guess it was the goal. And this is one of the surviving cadences, one of the surviving plushie cadences as a ball plushie. As a complete full ball, actually. It's quite a rare form for a plushie to be a ball. Earlier we saw cube plushies. You remember our cubes? As balls, plushies are quite rare, even rarer than as cubes. Sometimes you come across something that could, at first glance, be a ball plushie, but instead is a purse. Instead is a purse where you carry your money in. This one is a complete and full ball. I know this plushie in person. So, when we are talking about Cadence, I guess we also have to talk about the this one about Old Smoky Eyes. Of course, his name is not Old Smoky Eyes, but you see, King Sombra, his evil self with the smoke. You see, the colored smoke things, the colored smoke emerging from his eyes as a plush, made as a plush. There's even another picture from the side. Here, maybe you see it better from this side. That this is indeed the evil, the dark, the fierce King Sombra with the evil violet smoke, magic, whatever that is. It appears to be, looks like smoke, but it could also be magic, overflowing bad magic emerging from the eyes, which was made as a plushie actually here. And who else is one of the villains of Princess Cadence? Well, of course it's Queen Chrysalis. There we have her. Queen, what are you doing up there? You are not on Flufflepuff, are you? I guess you are. Yes. I guess the two of you are just goofing around and are just playing around and just having a good time. Yes. Also an interesting way to put your to put your plushies, to have Chrysalis sitting on Flufflepuff and play with Flufflepuff. Flufflepuff, a fandom-made character. If you don't know her by any chance, maybe you don't know Flufflepuff, was a fandom-made character that still is quite popular in the fandom. There are official plushies of Flufflepuff, official made plushies that were approved by Mike the Mixer, by the creator of the Flufflepuff character. Yeah, and there are many videos and many artworks that are shipping Chrysalis and Flufflepuff, yeah, as we can see here in this picture. So much for this ones. Yes, now we are seeing a plushie playing with another plushie. Maybe some plushies have their plushies too. Let's find out. Not after the break, no, right now. There we are. A plushie with a plushie. The plushie has its own plushie. I found it so cute. I even registered the little derpy plushie. Well, this actually is the OC. It's Pixie Belle. It's Pixie Belle, the OC of Me Plush You. Me Plush You is a plushie maker, a quite famous plushie maker. She of course has her own OC, Pixie Belle. And well, as a plushie maker, of course, the OC makes own plushies. I find it a nice idea to have a plushie with a plushie. There's also another plushie that has a plushie. That's an OC. Oh, that's hard to recognize at this resolution of the screen. It's a bit hard to recognize. This is an OC, a personal OC. The name is Umbra. I don't know if I pronounced this right. I only can guess by what was written in the form. The name is at Umbra. I don't know if it's pronounced as Umbra. I don't know. If I pronounce it wrong, sorry. Not meaning to be mean. You see, the plushie has its plushie on the tail. Has its own plushie on the tail. It's the same character in two appearances, in two sizes. Umbra with Umbra. Find it quite a nice idea. Find it quite a cute idea. Why shouldn't a plushie have a plushie too? You may know it from Ponytown. Ponytown, you know, the online server, where you create your own pony and are walking around in a pixelized world. The OC of you is pixelized too, and well, I think there's a feature in this chat program, well, this sort of a chat program, where the pony that you are creating has a plushie of itself, wearing it around on the head, and carrying it around on the head, and yeah, it's quite a bit like this with Umbra here. Well, while we are at OCs, just look at other OCs. This one is Umbra again. Umbra with Luna, with a tiny Luna. You can guess, maybe by the background, how small these plushies are. Once again, my little pony, taken literally. These are literally little ponies. There we go. There we have Xetu. Xetu from Xetu Travels. He also has a Twitter account. Maybe if he's watching us, I don't know. Maybe he can put his Twitter account, his Twitter name in the Discord, or maybe you're already following him. Maybe you already do so. He always travels with his plushies, sometimes only around the place where he lives, but sometimes also farther away. Has the plushies with him and always makes nice plushies, makes nice pictures of the plushies during the travel, during the journey. Plushies in their surroundings, ponies in their surroundings. You really get the impression of traveling with the ponies, of traveling and discovering places with the ponies. When I checked Twitter today, I even saw some new posts from him. So he published some new posts today where the ponies were discovering a forest and were walking around in the forest and were discovering places in there. So it's always a nice sight. It's always a nice sight. We will have a group picture of him later, as I stated earlier. Who is this sassy little mistress? Yes, it's Mistress Wingblossom, or Wingblossom for short. But if you want to put it that way, a mistress, his personal mistress. Ponies have their needs too. Wingblossom also out there and also frequently traveling with Xito, of course. Another OC by him, this is Vanilla Cream. As far as I recall it, it's the adoptive daughter of Xito, the pony. Not of the real life person, but of the pony, of the OC. The OC has an adopted daughter. This is Vanilla Cream, as far as I got it. Yeah, so you can tell your own stories, you can create your own stories with the ponies. When you are creating own stories, it's basically like playing with characters. Be it puppets, be it figures made from plastic, be it plushies. You use your mind in a creative way to create a story, to tell a story. Yes, it's there we are again at the storytelling. Yes, greetings to Ellie Ray, if you watch us. Greetings to Ellie Ray, storytelling, it's always important. I got that, and it of course is. Yes, you also can, of course, tell stories with your OCs, with the characters you created yourself. You also can tell stories with them, which is very creative and which is a way to keep the brain active, to keep the brain fit. Vanilla Cream. We have another OC, Sorayona. I hope I pronounced that right. Don't know if I pronounced it right now. Yes, we have Sorayona, another OC. It's one of the makers of EuroBronyCon. EuroBronyCon. We had their mascot Connie Bloom earlier in the show, and this is the OC of one of the makers of EuroBronyCon, one of the heads behind that event. Yes, they also have their mascots, their OCs, and they have the plushies of their OCs, and yeah, why should they not travel around too and discover the world too? See the world with plushy eyes. Yes, this is Cortes Cold. Cortes Cold, it's a nice OC. The character was stated as an adventurer with dragon influences, with dragon and bat influences, as you can see on the head and as you can see on the wings. The wings are not exactly the Pegasus wings. Yes, also a very nice OC. Well, I was thinking we were sent OC pictures, and when we are sent OC pictures, well, why not show them? Why not show them? We have the time tonight. This time we got 2 hours for PlushieCon Online, so there's enough time to show the OCs, to show the ponies, to really show them. I could not show all the pictures we were sent. I could not do this because some plushies I already featured during the last PlushieCon. I didn't want to be PlushieCon to become too repetitive, to be repeating itself too much, and some of the pictures, well, I just could not show for several reasons, for various reasons, but this one is actually a very nice picture of the OC, and yeah. So, welcome, Cortes Cold. Welcome to our show. There we are. Another one, Arctic Rose. This is Arctic Rose sitting on a chair. Also a nice OC, a nice personal OC. There we go. Nothing that much to say. Sometimes even voice actors have their OCs. Oh no. Wait. That was. I got it wrong. No, I got it wrong on my script. Oops. Sorry. Some mistakes actually happen. No, this is also a very nice OC. Why didn't I write on the name on here? I don't know why I did not write the name on here, but whatever. Yes, you see a Kirin OC. This one is actually a Kirin. Sorry for not mentioning the name. I did not remember the name. I was supposed to have it written on here. Yeah, but yeah, whatever. Things like that happen. Yes. Kirin, she's sitting on her computer, so you can guess how big this plushie is. This is, it has quite a considerable size. The plushie is sitting on the computer, is watching the website of UK PonyCONLINE. Very nice, and very nice picture, very nice arrangement. You can have the Kirin do anything you want.
The name is Steve of the Kirin. Steve.
This is Steve? Steve,
Yes.
you guess? Okay, thank you.
I see it in the chat.
It was mentioned in the chat. Oh, thank you. So it's Steve the Kirin. So we have Steve the Kirin. Okay, I just got it from my technician, from Lux, by the way. Lux, by the way, he is doing the behind the scenes work. Yes, I would have to get out of the picture, and besides, he does not want to appear on the stage, right? He does not want to appear in front of the camera. Yeah, that's fine with me, but he is monitoring the chat. By the way, I'm seeing the whole thing. If I get close here, I could read the chat and I could do the chatting, but yes, I can't do this. As I stated earlier, I can say it once again, maybe for viewers that just tuned in. At the Discord channel of UK PonyCONLINE, you can go to the Ocellos stage Q&A channel. The Ocellos stage Q&A channel should be open. It should be open all the time. If you have any questions or any remarks, you can leave them there. I won't comment them on right now, because I'm not sitting here during the whole event and staring on the phone and wishing on the phone. No, that's not how it works. But in a few minutes, I guess, in some minutes, we will go there. I will go there to this chat, and I will read and I will comment, and yeah, then we will see what was written there on the Twitch, on this Twitch channel, Twitch chat thingy. Doesn't state even the time when the comments were written. Yes, but yeah, whatever. Main thing to contact us during the show, live during the show, is Discord, UK PonyCONLINE, Ocellos stage Q&A. At this channel you can post any questions, any remarks you want. The channel should be open. It is in slow mode, of course. It is on purpose set in slow mode by UK PonyCONLINE, so it doesn't get spammed. I will not read through the stage chat. The stage chat doesn't have the slow mode. I don't know how many comments are in this chat. But that would be hard to follow through. That is too hard to follow through. If you want to ask us something, want me to read something, well, just put it in the Q&A channel, please, and I will come to that in some minutes. Right, Steve the Kirin, I guess he is following the Discord and the UK PonyCONLINE right now. Yeah, he's already viewing the website. Very nice. There we go. Now we have the OC of a voice actress. The voice actress of Applejack
And Rainbow Dash.
You know Ashley Ball? Okay, that was a poor impression. That was poor impersonating. Okay, yes. Her voice actress, Ashley Ball, she has an OC. Yes, this OC. This is a huge plushie, a very huge plushie. You cannot guess from the background, but I know this plushie for myself. You see, I'm sitting on my chair again, and the plushie would be about this size from the ground. A sitting plushie. She is a sitting plushie. If you try to make her a standing plushie that's standing on her four legs, she would just slump down. She would just slump down by her own weight. The plushie was made by an Italian crafter, by Rainbow Snowheart, and was donated for the charity auction at GalaCon some years ago. Yes, and Alex from the Netherlands was the one who won the auction. I think it was in the 4-digit area already, in the 4-digit euro area already, and yes, there you have a very huge plushie. It was the year when Ashley Ball, of course, actually was at GalaCon. So she knows about this OC, she knows about this plushie of her, and she even gave her badge. Yeah, you have her badge, her convention badge. Ah yes, it was 2017, I recognize the badge. It was 2017. She gave her badge and she even signed the plushie. There we are. She even signed the plushie swing. An autograph of Ashley Ball at the plushie. Very nice idea. Another OC by someone who is quite known is this guy. Meet Overhaul. Who is Overhaul? It's the OC of Dusty Cat. You know, the manliest brony in the world. Please don't kill me if you see this now, and if I'm doing too poor an impression. I know I don't have a mustache because of my skin mostly. And yes, but you should know the manliest brony in the world. He has his OC, and his OC he had, I don't know how much of them he had made for sale. It is an industrial plushie. It is industrial made. Dusty Cat had made quite a number of them for sale, and yeah, this is one of them. So you see, you can also meet some horse famous OCs. You can also meet them as plushies. Right. Earlier in the show, I was talking about how show accurate a plushie is, and I was teasing something about minimalistic plushies. Minimalistic plushies. Minimalistic My Little Pony plushies. These are two other OCs. The left one is Cerulean Light and the right one is Violet Rose. Violet Rose also is a plushie maker. Violet Rose is the one who made Nettle Vienna. Nettle Vienna, I introduced her earlier on the show. I introduced Nettle Vienna back then, and yes, these are her OCs in a very minimalistic kind. Very minimalistic plushies. If you have these two and show them to just anyone random on the street, to just some random people, would they guess they are My Little Pony plushies? Hard to tell, but kind of interesting. I think it's really interesting. Yeah, to have this minimalistic appearances, this minimalistic form of plushies. There we have another OC. At least I think it's an OC. It's Plum Blossom. Plum Blossom, a plushie that is completely filled, not with wool, not with something soft. A plushie that is completely filled with scent. That is completely filled with scent. You see the hand of Violet Rose. It's resting on her hand, and you see, by the way, the legs are going down. But the legs need to be quite heavy. Well, this plushie won't fall off your hand or your shoulder. If you carry the plushie on your shoulder, it won't fall off that easily because it is completely filled with scent. Quite an interesting idea. I don't know if it's very cuddly. I never had this plushie in my hands. I don't know if it's very cuddly. Hard to tell. But usually plushies are filled with soft materials, like polyester wool or real wool or something like that. Something that is soft. Sometimes they are filled with pellets. These little polyester pellets, I guess they are. When it comes to shoulder ponies, so that the legs become a little bit more heavier, so the plushie becomes more stable when you carry it around, but filled completely with scent. But that's quite an interesting idea. And it's another proof of creativity. We were talking about creativity earlier, you may remember, and this is another sign of this creativity. And there we have another one. Good evening. Good evening, Captain Janeway. Report to the Astromatic Lab. Acknowledged. Yes, this is 7 of Equine. 7 of Equine is the ponified version of 7 of 9 from Star Trek Voyager. Some of you may know Star Trek. Some love it, some hate it. Some just don't care. Voyager was one of the Star Trek series that run, some 20 years ago. Oops. Time flies, and one of the main characters during the later seasons of Star Trek Voyager was 7 of 9. If you remember 7 of 9, this is her ponified version. Too bad we can't zoom in, but you see at this plushie, she even has an impression of the implants of Seven. Seven still had the Borg implants. Well, it would be too hard to explain if you don't know the series. If you don't know the series, it would be too much to explain every little detail by now. This is not what this is all about. But you see, ponified versions. I happen to note that there is a ponified version of Captain Janeway of the USS Voyager 2. I don't have a picture of Captain Janeway, of the Captain Janeway plushie, but well, maybe someday we see the two of them together. It's also made by Violet Rose. The Captain Janeway plushie was also made even by Violet Rose, and yeah, two of them together. So you even can ponify other series, you can make crossovers, and yeah, you can reenact episodes of other series as a crossover with ponies. Be it as a cartoon, be it as a story, or be it with plushies. Quite interesting, I think. Well, right until now we were practically exclusively talking about ponies, right? Okay, we had a changeling. I don't know if a changeling qualifies as a pony or if it qualifies as another species. There are other species in the show. You may remember that there are not only ponies. So this is a fruit bed. This is a cute little fruit bed. The fruit beds, they have only been present in one episode. I don't know if this is one of the vampire beds that were keeping up, keep eating up Applejack's apple farm, and keep eating up her trees and all the apples. Or if this was one of the colorful fruit beds, I don't know. But whatever. Meet the fruit bed, without any further name. Yes, very rare as a plushie, very rarely occurs as a plushie, very rarely to be seen as a plushie. I don't see much of the fruit beds. I don't see much of the of fruit beds as plushies. There are even more parasprites around as plushies. Speaking of parasprites, on one of the group pictures have been two parasprites. I did not feature them here now because I would have had to cut them out of the group pictures and put them into the presentation, and yeah, simply didn't come to it. But sometimes you see parasprites as plushies, but almost never see fruit beds as plushies. It's quite interesting to have a fruit bed right here. Another species was a captain. This is Captain Serrano. Captain Serrano from the movie, the pirate captain. The species was stated to be a parrot, obviously, and this is Captain Serrano as a tiny plushie, as a very small plushie. In reality, the plushie is about this size. I can show it this way. Yeah, you can take much out of it, I know. But this is the captain, seen from another angle. Captain Serrano laying there and staring at you and wondering whatever do you want. Yes. Captain Serrano, by the way, also is very rare as a plushie. There aren't many Captain Serrano plushies around. There are even more other My Little Pony, the movie plushies. There are more plushies of Grubber and of Capper that are around, let alone even Tempest Shadow. There are other plushies of Capper and Grubber. In one of the group pictures, there is a Grubber and a Capper, but have not been easy to recognize on the group picture because they are still in plastic bags. We will come to the group pictures later in a few minutes right now from now. These other species are more common as plushies. Captain Solano is not that common as a plushie. A rocky environment. A rocky environment looks like rocks for me. It does. Who lives in rocky environments? Right, Dragon does. Dragons do. This is Dragon Lord Ember, a Dragon Lord Ember plushie. Yeah, the Dragon Lord also appears as plushie from time to time. She's not very often, but also not that seldom. But yes, it's a nice plushie anyway, and it's one of the other species. When we are talking about dragons, we have to talk about one dragon. No, not Spike. I'm not talking about Spike. I'm talking about Crackle. Yes, Do you recall Crackle? Do you remember him? Yeah, I hope some of you do. He also appeared in the show. He also appeared in the series. In the actual show, there was only one episode featuring him, I think. Yes, main 6 were wearing a costume, disguising them as a dragon that was quite similar to this one. And what they did not know in advance, that there even was an actual dragon, this one called Crackle the Dragon, who was in this very episode. Quite interesting and not that often to be seen as a plushie. Not very often to be seen as a plushie. It's coming to think about it, I think it's the first Crackle plushie that I've ever come across. Then we have another plushie. You may already know it, but it's always fascinating again. This is Apple Dash. Who or what is Apple Dash? Well, it's both Applejack and Rainbow Dash. How did Apple Dash come to life? Well, Apple Dash has never been in the show as a plushie. If you took some hints of the Apple Dash shipping from the show, well, that's something that's not up to me to comment, and that's not up to me to decide. I won't state what I'm thinking about the Apple Dash shipping. I won't state that because this is a personal matter, and that's some like it, some hate it. But there has never been a character of Apple Dash. Well, it was created in the fandom. I guess, coming to think about it, maybe Twilight at some point in time got a transportation spell the wrong way, a teleportation spell. Maybe the teleportation spell did not quite work the way she was expecting. It would be possible, would have been an interesting idea for an episode maybe. I know Star Trek Voyager had such an episode with 2 weeks. With the 2 weeks episode, there was an episode in Voyager where 2 characters using the transporter system were transformed into one character, were melded into one character. Maybe it's the same way with Apple Dash. Maybe it's the same way with Apple Dash here. Yeah, always interesting. You may see the signature. It's signed, yes, it is. Right, there we are. The plushie is also signed by Ashley Ball, by the voice actress of the 2 characters. Yes, she also knows of the existence, and yeah, I know that the voice actors and the makers of the show are impressed as well about the creativity of the fandom and about what the fandom makes happen, what the fandom actually produces and really makes happen. So much for this. Yes, that was exactly. There we are. Now what is this? A toy store? No, it's not a toy store. It's a private collection. It's one of the biggest private plushie collections. This is by Celestia Fan on Twitter. He has a very huge plushie collection. He practically lives, as he states himself, I'm only quoting him, he lives in an MLP, Friendship is Magic museum. A museum that he created himself. This is one room full of plushies. At this picture, you are looking at around 150 plushies. Exactly, yes, 150. I did not misspell the number. These are about 150 plushies. Yes, quite an amazing collection of plushies, all kinds of plushies. I came to see the biggest part of his collection by then, last year during GalaCon, during GalaCon's PlushieCon. I came to see his collections. There are scarves that are plushies. There are purses. There's anything you can imagine as a plushie. It will be in there, in this room. Of course, this is a whole of the room. This is the whole picture of the room. Yes, you can see many of the details in this one. But believe me, it is impressive. It is really impressive to see it for yourself. And yeah, I was thinking, why just showing single plushies? Why not showing huge gatherings of plushies? Because some people say, oh, you're living in a PlushieCon. They are saying to each other. Yes, some people actually do. 150 plushies. We had PlushieCons that had less plushies, than this amazing collection. We at some smaller events we did not come up to 150 plushies. So I was thinking I could show some pictures of plushie collections, of group pictures, of some detailed shots of the group pictures we were sent. Here's another view of Celestia Fans collection. A bit more dimlit, with a bit more colorful lights in the background. You see it. The plushies are from up the ceiling and down to the ground. There are plushies anywhere in this room. There are plushies anywhere, and just quite an impressive collection. As I said before, this is not a toy store. This is not a regular toy store around your corner. No, it isn't. It is private. This is his private property, his private sanctuary. I think sanctuary for plushies. I think one could put it that way. Yeah, we have it. Yes. Well, okay, we would need to zoom in maybe to see a bit more details. I just show you the pictures. I will just have you look at it. Oh no! Look, now we have both of them together here. Huh? What a coincidence! It was coincidentally, and I did not schedule for it to be this way. But now you see, in big and in small, his collections. Interesting view. Interesting view. I have to say that for myself. There we are again. Looking at all the plushies, yes, quite impressive. This one is a collection. This image was sent to us by Luna's auditor. Luna's auditor has gathered 63 plushies on this picture. This is a collection of 63 plushies. Very impressive. Very impressive. I guess very cuddly. Sometimes people, when seeing PlushieCon, they say, "Oh, I want to jump in, I want to dive in." No, not at PlushieCon. Not at PlushieCon, you won't. No way, because the plushies aren't our own. If, however, you do have such a collection at your home, maybe you can dive in if you want. I don't know if it is the best treatment for the plushies. If the plushies would survive this, I don't know, but you can cuddle with all of the plushies at once, but only if it is your own collection, or if the owner agrees. Well, 63 that was. Next one is an image by Seahawk. We saw Luna earlier. You see Luna on the right side in the background. We had Luna earlier. These are 61 plushies altogether. Donated by, not donated, submitted. So donated to us, yeah. Yeah, would be nice, but I don't think he would. Was submitted to us once again by Seahawk. 61 plushies, quite impressive too. So these are 40 plushies. 40 plushies by Hypnohoofs, all arranged nicely and neatly on his bed. This is also a really nice number. This is also quite impressive. No, that wasn't Hypnohoofs, eh? Again an error in making all the scripties. And I look above my glasses and don't see anymore. Okay, finally. But here you see another way, whatever. Here you see another way. Earlier I mentioned that some plushies were kept in their plushie bags, in the bags in which they were originally delivered. Well, it is a way to store your plushies safely and not to become stained or dirty or dusty, not collecting dust. Of course, you can keep them in the original bags. I have to admit, I have never seen it before. Someone keeping his plushies in plastic bags, in the original plastic bags in which they were delivered. You also see Crackle down there on the right side. You see him again? There he is once again. There's the Crackle plushie. There we are. On this picture, yeah, if you look very, very closely, you would see a capper and a grubber from the My Little Pony movie. But once again, I would have had to cut them out to present them separately, and yeah, that would have been quite a lot of effort and of work. And besides, they also are still in their plastic wrappings, in their plastic bags, to protect them, to protect the plushies. Of course, I fully understand. But it's an impressive sight. It's a collection of 40 plushies, and it's quite interesting to look at. Out of the question, no question at all. These are plushies, and I guess they are loved. They are loved so much that they are not allowed to become dirty or to collect dust. And there we are again at the same collection, from the same collection. You see them here, arranged here. Yes, quite interesting. Oh yeah, there's another one. If I get this right, notice. Yes, I think I see where the mistake was. Okay, I have to go back a few images. Sorry for the glitches, but I was not testing this in advance too much because of my real life. I simply did not have the time to do much testing and to do much of the work in advance. By the way, this is why the registration for PlushieCon Online closed 1 week before today. Why we closed it last week? Because you see, we have our real lives. We still have our real lives. We still have to catch up with our real lives, and we don't have infinite time. And I don't know how it is in other countries, but at least for me, I come from Germany, and at least in Germany, I'm not sitting idly around in my flat all day. I'm not in quarantine. We are not in lockdown anymore. Besides, my real job never allowed for a lockdown and never allowed for a stay at home and waste all your day. No, it did not. This is one of the reasons why we closed registration, as I just said, 1 week ago. Yes, this one is the picture I was mentioned earlier. This one, yep. I just have to go back there, just to show you. Yes, these are 59 plushies. That was the one I was thinking about, and acknowledged. That was to the technician. That was the one I was talking about. I was wondering. Sorry about this. My apologies, but it sometimes happens like this. If you are on a live event, it is uncut. It is unplugged and cut. The whole event. Yes, these are 59 plushies by Master Yoshi. Master Yoshi from Germany. He sent us this picture of 59. This is 50. This are 59 plushies. Right, there we are. So I put that right, not meaning to be mean. But it doesn't. But things don't always go the way you thought. Especially if you have not that much time and not that much quiet time to prepare everything. So let's go on with all the thing. These are 46 plushies. 46 plushies by Sky Spectre. Sky Spectre sent us this image of 46 plushies. It's also an impressive sight. A wall of plushies. Literally, a wall of plushies. Very cuddly. Very nice to look at. And yeah, nice, impressive collection. These are my own, by the way. I also do have plushies. I don't have them around me right now. I could have surrounded myself by plushies. Would have been a bit hard to transport them, and we were thinking of something different for this edition of the PlushieCon Online. Well, these are, however, my own plushies. A part of my own plushies. I myself have 30 plushies, ranging from teeny tiny, you see them down there, teeny tiny plushies. You see a tiny candy soda, you see the little Colonia we had at the beginning of the evening, up to the huge Celestia. Celestia is about 60 centimeters. That was the first part, and this is the second part, because I did not fit all of them in one picture. Some people even do tell me I would live in my own PlushieCon. Okay, 30 plushies, it sounds nice. It is nice. I love every of the plushies. But it's not nearly up to the bigger numbers that I just showed you. That's not nearly up to there. Right, let's go on. A collection of 28 plushies. It looks this way if you put 28 plushies together by Dosenbroni. Dosenbroni from Germany sent us this image. 28 also is a nice number. I just should continue because we still have something to show you. Yeah. These are 17 plushies, 17 from Old Tech. Yes, Old Tech submitted us this 17. Yeah, a nice shelf full of plushies. You always have ponies waiting for you when you come home. You always have them waiting for you, and you always have friends to cuddle to cuddle with. If you had a rough day for some reasons, you look at the plushies, you feel calmed down. At least I imagine it would be that way. It is this way with my own plushies. You see them looking at you. you calm down, you take a plushie, you pet the plushie, you calm down even more. To me, having my own plushies has a very calming effect. Times can be rough as they want. Yes, they can be rough as they want. Having a plushie has a soothing effect, and I guess it's good for the blood pressure. This is a variety. This is yes, also another impressive, nice collection. And let's get on. Sammlungsteil hatte ich ja aufgeschrieben. I wrote something about that part. A collection that was split into 3 images. Let's see it this way. You have many sizes. You have this big tree hugger up to the tinier ones. Also interesting to look at. And there even is Spike. You see Spike there. So no one tells us we don't have Spike. There he is. We acknowledge him. This is the group picture of Xeto. You see Xeto, you see his flag. Xeto.de at Twitter. You may follow him if you want. I was talking about him earlier. He always takes plushies on his excursions with him. And yes, he always shows, makes nice photos of the plushies, and you can discover the world with the plushies, with his plushies. Very impressive, very nice to look at. So here are plushies by Violet Rose again. Violet Rose, the plushie maker. We talked about her earlier in the show. We talked about Nettle Vienna, and we talked about the plushie that we see on the right side, on the very right side. You see something with those yellow ears. I guess you know what plushie I'm talking about. The yellow ears. Well, it is a plushie of Bernd das Brot. Who or what is Bernd das Brot? Well, Bernd das Brot, Bernd the Bread, if you translate it into English. Bernd the Bread is a character made by German children television, invented by German children television. It is a sarcastic, always gloomy mooded bread. Just a bread. It's just a bread with 2 short arms, with a very impressive voice. Yes, and to show our non-German viewers, I guess most of the German viewers know Bernd das Bread, Bernd das Brot, watching his wall and watching the white wall just like that, and being happy with this. Our German watchers could know him, but our visitors from other countries may not know him. We will show you a short video by Kinderkanal. It is from Kinderkanal, children's television, if you translate it literally, just to introduce you to this character and just to show you what this character really is about. Please show the video.
Ich bin Bernd das Brot und Sonderbeauftragter für gegen Langeweile? Was ist denn das für ein Deutsch? Egal. Ich kenne mich in der Tat gut mit Langeweile aus, denn ich liebe Langeweile. Hier mein heutiger Tipp. Erstens. Starre so lange deine Wand an, bis sich dort 2 dunkle Flecken bilden. Zweitens. Fotografiere diese Flecken. Drittens. Schick das Bild an deine Freunde und bitte sie darum, den Flecken Namen zu geben. Viertens. Schreib die besten Namen auf einen Zettel und hänge sie unter die Flecken. Fünftens. Beginne wieder bei erstens. Viel Spaß wünscht dir dein Sonderbeauftragter für gegen Langeweile, Bernd das Brot.
Right, there we are. There we are again. Now you know what Bernd das Brot is all about. Even if you don't speak German, of course the clip was in German. Yeah, why should it be in English? Because it's from a German broadcast station. But even if you don't know German, I reckon you got a good impression about Bernd das Brot. And yes, there's a plushie of Bernd das Flatterbett. Bernd das Flatterbett. Bernd having to cosplay as Fluttershy. I just found it so funny. It was so funny. I really loved. It was a really good laugh I had when I got this picture. When I was sent this picture. Yes, Bernd das Brot. I guess it's an official plushie of him cosplaying as Flutterbett. And yes, you see the speech bubble of him. The speech bubble. Ich hasse Cosplay immer noch. I still hate cosplay. No, cosplay is not for me. Something like this. I guess it would be something like this. Yes, this. I saved this image for last because it's another creative idea of a crossover. You see, it's kind of a crossover of the Bernd das Brot and of a pony, of Flutterbed. Yeah, one character from another fandom. If you could, I guess you could call it a fandom combined with the My Little Pony fandom. Yes, very creative and very funny. At least for me. At least I thought it to be funny. Right, this was the last plushie I wanted to show you, and now it's time for Q&A. Yes, time for a little Q&A. Don't mind the 5 years of PlushieCon. Actually, it would be 6 years. That was the Q&A banner from GalaCon from last year. Last year we had 5 years. Yes, I hear some comments in the background. Not anymore. Okay, fine with me. So let's see if there was something in the Discord. Just let's put that on, and there we are. No, I don't want to do this. Other stage. The Q&A is down there. What? Celestia fan writes, so much ponies. Oh yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. There are so much ponies. Thanks to you. Thanks to Celestia fan, who submitted around 150 plushies. Yeah, of course that boosts the number. Quite impressively. For your interest, Sky Spectre has the Applejack discorded Gilla pony. Gilla, maybe I pronounced this wrong. Gilla, I guess, is the maker. Is the maker of the discorded main 6. The discorded main 6, you see, they are not handmade. So they are not exclusively custom made. There were several of them made, but as far as I know, few people have all of them together. Few people have all of them combined. Old Tech writes, question, do you have any plushies in your studio you can show us on camera? No, sadly no. I was thinking about, what's this? What's going on in the background? There, I see and I hear some running in the background. Okay, I don't have any of my own plushies with me right here. Because you see, despite being from Germany, I am now here in Luxembourg. I am at my technician's place in Luxembourg, and I'm visiting him. Yes, I know, Corona risk area. Leave me alone with this. I'm only saying that much. But I don't have any of my plushies, but my technician just brings me plushies. There we are. And we have plushies. We have the Changeling. I introduced you to the Changeling earlier in the show. Here he is. In real, for real, in life. And this one is a Nikki made Rainbow Dash. Nikki is a manufacturer, a toy maker, a toy company, and Nikki made this plushie of a sitting Rainbow Dash. Very impressive. Not to be bought anymore in stores because Nikki in Europe let the license expire some years ago. They didn't prolong their license with Hasbro, and they don't make MLP toys anymore, and MLP plushies for that matter. Yeah, but there we are. There you have 2 nice plushies, and you see it compared to my head. You have an impression of the size. Very nice. So there really are some plushies. There we really have plushies. I just have to put them on the side. Wait, I have to rearrange a bit. Yeah, I still have some minutes left. This is good. So let's see if they both can sit here. Yes, they can. That works. That actually works, right? Well, this way we had some plushies. Some two real plushies here. You can show us on camera. Right, there we are. Alex Phoenix Wing. Yes, he submitted the link to Xeto Travels, to Xeto. The link I was talking about. Xeto, Discovering the World with Ponies. Very nice. Alex asks, what is your favorite plushie from this convention and your favorite overall? Yeah, tough question. Dear friend. What is my favorite plushie? I really like all the plushies. And your favorite overall? I guess if I had to choose, it would be a little derpy. I don't have a single image of her ready to show for now. But it is a little derpy, a little shoulder plushie to wear on the shoulder. As I just stated, I don't have any of the plushies with me right now. Derby is at home waiting for me. And I was coming here by bus. I was traveling by bus, and you don't have infinite space when traveling by bus. I had to bring other stuff. I had to bring other things with me, so I don't have her here with me. But I reckon the favorite one, both from this convention, because she was on one of the group pictures of my plushies, as well as my favorite plushie overall, I guess it would be this little Derby. But it's a tough question. It's a tough question, really, and it's really not easy to answer. Because, as I just said, I love all the plushies. I like all the plushies. Hypnohooves. I submitted pictures of how ponies were shipped to me. From China in the bags to the con. The bags, the plushies in the bags. They were shipped from China in the bags. Okay. Also tightly packed, they opened up well. Okay, yes. What tips do you have for one protecting plushies when they are mailed? Good question. Good question, because I never had plushies, industrial plushies mailed to me. You see, the China plushies are industrial made plushies. I never had plushies of that. Most of my plushies I either ordered from plushie makers in Europe, or I bought them at conventions, or I got them as gifts. So I don't have any real experience. I can't really give any good tips. Alex answered it. I don't think Relvedesh can answer that question. Yeah, not really, not to be mean, but I simply don't have the experience for that. And I simply don't have the expertise. Was? Oh, those aren't mine, huh? Which ones? Okay, I guess that was one of the glitches. You're welcome, 150. Oh, Celestia fan. Celestia fans, total number 154. 154 plushies in total. Violet Rose, do you know who made the changeling? Remember seeing a very similar changing at Hive, but can't swear whether it's the same one. Lux? Who made the changeling?
Look at the color. There is the name tag.
Look at the color.
Of the changeling. In front is a tag.
In front as a tag. The color? Well, there's a tag, but it only states a sign here. That's only a sign.
Das ist es. Kannst du zeigen? Ich weiß den Namen nicht.
The logo. Okay, Lux doesn't know the name, but he told me to show the logo. No, not at the fangs. Here, let's put it this way. That's a bit tricky. I hope you can recognize it. Look at the color. Just look at the color of the plushie, and just look at the tag. The tag it is wearing, this is the logo of the plushie maker of the changeling. Yeah, maybe you recognize it. Lux doesn't know the name for sure. He doesn't remember the name right now on the spot. But he said this tag is the logo. It's logo. A very similar changeling at the Hive. Has it been the plushie that has been on Hive?
One of them, yes.
One of them? There are more changeling plushies?
Yes, I think there must be 2 or 3.
Amazing.
There are more changing in this size.
Amazing. Lux just told me there were 2 or even 3 changeling plushies at the Hive, and this was one of them. So, Violet Rose, yes, I reckon it is one of the changelings you saw at the Hive event in Berlin. Is it a good idea to handle plushies with gloves? Do hands damage them much? Hypnohooves asked this. Yes, to handle plushies with gloves is always a good idea when being at a PlushieCon. When you are on your own, when you are just handling your own plushies, you can handle them any way you want. Do hands damage the plushies? No, hands should not damage the plushies. If you don't have extremely long fingernails, you see, I have cut nails right now. I don't know if people cut their fingernails. If you have very long, very sharp, very pointy fingernails, of course this can damage the plushies. This can damage the plushies when not being extremely careful. Well, I personally, I'm not fond of long fingernails on my own, so I'm cutting my fingernails, and so I won't damage them. With the hands, when handling them with appropriate care, you cannot damage them. At PlushieCons, however, we do use gloves when handling the plushies, even our own plushies. At the real PlushieCons, at the real life PlushieCons, if I may call them this way, we have the gloves. I don't have them here right now because here I am in private. At the real life PlushieCons, we have the gloves to protect the plushies and to protect ourselves. It sounds silly, but you see, not all plushies from owners, not all plushies are perfectly tidy and clean. And you don't want to get some dirt on your hand and want to transfer it to another plushie. So we have cotton gloves. We use cotton gloves at the PlushieCons. We have them on. We also change them frequently because we use white cotton gloves. You see if they get dirty. You see that very easily. On skin, on normal human skin, you don't see it so easily. You don't see any dirt so easily. On white cotton gloves, you see every spot of dirt very soon and very quickly. And then, of course, we change our gloves at the PlushieCons. This is to, just as I said, it is to protect the plushies. As a human, maybe you are sweating on your hands. You sweat on your hands. As a PlushieCon member, you don't want to put your sweat on another guy's plushies. This is not how it works. That's not how plushies should be handled by someone official. What you are doing to your own plushies, on the other side, is completely up to you. You can, of course, wear gloves, but you don't have to. So much for this. Then, how we are. Patrick Robary, how many plushies to fill a swimming pool? Depends. You can fill a swimming pool maybe with 100 plushies. If they are huge, large size, that was the wooden board again. If they are huge and massive, maybe it's 100. If they are teeny tiny, you may need 100,000. Just roughly estimated. And I guess it also depends on how big your swimming pool would be. Violet Rose, do you see plushies at PlushieCon with damage very often? No. Most plushies don't have damages or only have very slight damages. Like a loose thread, a very small, tiny loose thread maybe. But it's not quite that often. If so, what is the most common risk area for plushies? I can show you that. Usually it's in the neck. It's in the neck area. You see, where usually the head is sewn to the body. Threads tend to get loose, and there are little wounds in the plush tend to open themselves everywhere where parts of the plush are sewn together. This are the most common areas. That are the most common areas for damages. But as I said, usually they don't have much huge damages. It's like a small loose thread or something like that. Nothing big, nothing dramatic. And people never submitted any plushies that were heavily damaged. And besides, maybe we wouldn't even accept them, or we would tell the owner, well, you look at this one, you see it, it's on your own risk, and we mention it at the PlushieCon. We mention it at the PlushieCon in our registration form, so no one can help us accountable and can say, oh, you damaged my plushie. I see a lot of small holes cropping up along seams. Exactly, yes, that's it. Personally, but fortunately, those are very easy for me to fix. Yes, because you're a seamstress, yes. Because you're a seamstress, for me it would be... Sorry. For you, it of course would be. Of course, it wouldn't be a big deal for you. But yes, they are most commonly at the same areas. Alex, what kind of plushies would you love to see? All, I think. And just as of now, every PlushieCon had a nice variety of plushies. We even had a nice variety of plushies tonight. There was a real nice variety. And so I reckon all of them. Hard to answer. Old Tech, can a fur sweater enter a PlushCon? Yes. We even had that. In the past at GalaCon. We had Grey the Zebra. Grey the Zebra used to be a vendor at PlushieCon, but he also was a pony sweater. Fur sweet, pony sweet. I will use them synonymous. Grey the Zebra, in the evening, when the vendor hall was closed, he changed into his pony suite, into his fur suite, and he even was at PlushieCon, and one or two times, I guess, I even gave him the badges, the PlushieCon badges, and we had him standing on the stage, not for the whole show, because that would be too long standing in a fur suite up there, but we had them there nonetheless. I always consider them as living plushies. I always consider the pony sweaters as living plushies. Okay, last question because we are at the end. Patrick, what is the highest plushie tower stack you have built or seen? guess about a meter or 2 meter or something like that. Because I don't stack plushies. We don't do that at PlushieCon. I've seen photos. It's about a meter, meter 50s, something like this. Well, time is up now. Thank you all for visiting us. If you have to go home, remember to be safe out there, because you might encounter our vehicle. The vehicle that was made for our company, for the Cloudsdale Leather Corporation. Beware, Christine is out there.